you for a lifetime underneath the moonlight. Cause I don't want us to go. No, I don't want us to go. Yeah, you could be my lifeline, you could be my sunshine. In a world so full of pain, can you make it go away? Used to be so sad that love was lost, but now it's here to stay. Yeah, I used to be uncomfortable, but look at me today. Never thought I'd find someone like you, someone to show the way. But now I know you're the answer to my prayer. You and me must be right. Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I'm sorry for the burden, sorry I was hurting, but my scars are almost healed. Yeah, my scars are almost healed. Yeah, I'm feeling like a child now. Everything's alright now, and it's all because of you. You made the flower in me bloom. Used to be afraid of everything, but now there's no more fear. Yeah, I used to let nobody in and hide my face with tears. But without of you as someone who can love someone like me, but I was wrong, baby, now I believe. You and me must be right. Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. You and me must be right. Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah.
Woo! Hello, beautiful people. Happy Monday. Welcome to the Danae Show. I am Danielle Danea, aka Danae, and I've got a lot to say, so let's get into it. Lizzo seems to be struggling with her identity after her weight loss. Let's talk about it. So, yeah, initially I was not going to come up on this Monday and talk about this, but I peeped the stories specifically about Lizzo, confronting another rapper named Young Miami about comments she made on an interview she did with a big interviewer, a big YouTube sensation, Club Shannon Sharp, Club Shay Shay, I think his podcast is called. And I was just like, I feel like there's a deeper story behind this. I want to speak to you guys about it. There's just a lot of insecurity in that video. And I really want to speak on, why I think that is, and, give you guys opinions on why you think that is. You could clearly tell in this video clip. I'm going to play the audio for you guys a little bit, I think. I'm gonna let you listen to it. But even in her mannerisms, you could tell she's very uncomfortable, very insecure, and it's noticeable. And I just wonder, you know, why it is. And yeah, but before we get into that, I'm going to tell you guys a little about who Lizzo is, if you don't know, as I always do. So Lizzo is an American singer and rapper, and she's 36 years old. Her birthday is actually in April, which is cool. I don't know. It's in a later date in April, so I don't know if that's Taurus or Aries energy. I'm not really into zodiac signs, but it's cool. My birthday is April 15th. Anybody who has a birthday in April, you're cool with me. I think that's cool. Like I said, she's 36 years old, and she's known for songs like Truth Hurts and Rumors featuring Cardi B. And recently, Lizzo went through a major life change. She lost a lot of weight. She's still big, but she wasn't as big as she used to be. And a lot of people noticed this journey has been going on for a year or so. I remember covering it and watching Candace Owens talk about it last year. So yeah, she's been on a journey. She's been putting in the work. She didn't do Ozempic like a lot of people say she did, or a lot of other people have done. I think she actually put in the work because it's been a year and she records her workouts. She looks great. It looks healthy. And people who've done Ozempic don't look as healthy as she does. And yeah, she went through the process, so kudos to her. But I noticed ever since she lost this weight, she's very, sensitive about what people think about her. She hasn't released any music or any good music. I think I saw a music video where she had these dancers in the background and they were like in silver, and it was supposed to be in like a forest type vibe, and she was dancing with the dancers. And it wasn't great. One thing I have to hand it over to Lizzo is I have to give her props. Or props is due is, she was a performer. She is a performer, but she hasn't been performing lately. And even though she was super big, she was entertaining. And a lot of people liked her for that. She was confident, even though she was super big. She was herself, no matter what. And I can always applaud someone being authentically themselves, regardless of how people hound them and ridicule them. And, when she's decided to go through this weight loss journey, I was like, good for her. She wants to get healthier. I'm thinking she wants to get healthier. And, I thought she wanted to show people that, her being big didn't define her. Like, she could get back in shape and still be Lizzo, but it's kind of showing the opposite. It's kind of, now you've gotten slimmer and now we don't know who Lizzo is. Or was this Lizzo all along really insecure? And now that you've lost the weight, it's showing that you don't know how to handle this new body. You don't know how to handle, some people being mad at you for losing the weight and some people being like you're not skinny enough. I don't know, so I really want to talk about it. But like I said, what really brought me to this topic was this specific interview that was recently posted on Shade Room. Guys, I hate Shade Room so much. I hate how they post things. It's shady, hence the name, but it's really good for content for my show, so I skimmed through it from time to time. But anyway, Shade Room posted this video of Lizzo on a phone call with this other rapper named Young Miami. Young Miami is a rapper, formerly part of the group called City Girls. It was her and JT, but they recently, I think, decided to go their separate ways. Anyway, this is a phone call they had regarding, like I said, an interview with Shannon Sharpe. I don't know how old this interview is, but I think it's recent, for her to respond this way and to release this videotape. This is a video of them on this phone call. Lizzo is holding the phone, and you can't see my Young Miami, but you can clearly tell it's her voice on the call. And basically the whole call, the premise of the call is for Lizzo to understand why the word ill was used when regarding her weight, and Young Miami was basically explaining, what she meant by it. And what's crazy? I appreciate that Shade Room also posted the clip of that she's talking about that Lizzo was referencing in this conversation, because in the clip it clearly there's full context on how Young Miami meant with what she said when she said ill. There was no question. I understood it completely. And to break it down for you guys, if you haven't seen it, basically what she was saying, Young Miami was asked a question by Shannon Sharpe about, how she felt about BBLs and if it's glorified in media spaces. She was like, yeah, it's absolutely glorified, but it's ridiculous that, if you get a BBL, you're fake and you're too big, or if you're too skinny, you're unhealthy. It's never a win. You're always going to disappoint somebody for being slim or for being big. And then she brought up the example Lizzo. It's like, okay, she was super big and everybody hated it, and now she lost the weight and people are like, ew, like, what are you doing? Or if she was so big, it's like it's a lose-lose situation. And you can clearly see that she didn't try to attack Lizzo. She didn't try to disrespect her or throw shots. She was genuinely trying to prove her point by, using Lizzo as an example that people just are mean regardless, and you can't please everybody. Like you said, there was no ill intent. You could clearly see that in the video. Everybody else got that. But Lizzo just had to have this phone call because, she was just so fixated on the word ill and not looking at the context of how she said it. She was just so fixated on that word. And it was just like, girl, you are too old to be this sensitive. Like, this is some high school girlish-ish. Like, I just felt like, we all got that. And I'm 26, I got that. You're 36. You're 10 years older than me. It's like there's something deeper. There's a bigger problem there. And I went through the comments briefly in the Shade Room post. And I saw someone said like her weight was her whole identity, and now she's so lost. She needs healing, and I thought that was such a true point. Usually, Shade Room's comments are bogus, and the ones that are good, it's like finding a needle in a haystack with all the bad ones that are there. But it's interesting. I saw that one, and I completely agreed. And I sat back, and I was just like, that's a thing. Like, people feel like even though people will and if you listen to Lizzo's music, she talks about how, her good music back in the day when she was bigger in weight, she would talk about how I'm 100% that bitch. And Truth Hurts, she says, I'm 100% that bitch. Lord, I said it, Lord. How to forget me, I said the B word. But I had to get y'all to understand what song I was talking about. Anyway. Yeah, she exuded this confidence, like I said, and it was cool. Other women were dancing to it in their homes, like really feeling the vibe, But maybe that was all a facade. Maybe that was all a facade, and this person who now has lost weight is now who she really is, or her whole identity, like I said, was behind the whole her being fat, and her proving to everybody that she, or trying to prove to people that she still believes she's beautiful, she's healthy, even though she's obese and all that. But really deep inside, this insecurity was in her all along. And she's like, oh, well, now I'm losing the weight. And I'm still not slim enough, according to other people. And I still don't feel slim enough. I still feel like a fat girl, even though I've lost a tremendous amount of weight. So I understand what that struggle is. That struggle is with everyone. Super slim people who are just not happy with the weight they are, whether they're trying to get skinnier or trying to gain some weight. A lot of the times they feel like, their identity is in either something they're trying to achieve or something, they have been forever and got big on. Like I feel like Lizzo was. And now that she's losing weight, a lot of people are upset. A lot of people feel like she fed into peer pressure, which is ridiculous. She just, like anybody getting healthy and losing weight, regardless if it was peer pressure or not, it's always good to lose weight when you're that big. So yeah, anyway, the fact that, people felt like, she wasn't herself after this, which that point is actually valid. We don't see the confident Lizzo like we did in the songs and in the red carpet. There's an uncomfortableness in her face. I can clearly see it in her face. And I know that feeling all too well. You guys have followed me on my journey. I have been up and down with my weight. I've never been obese, never that. I've just been bigger than I'd like to be. I would pretty much push more to size 4 than size 2. Like I could squeeze if I really wanted to into size 2, but I'd be spilling over. And I was like, no, I want to be able to fit a size 2, size 1 without, spilling. I want to be fit and all that. And it was just like, dang, I was lost for a while. Like, I didn't know where I fit in. I felt like, you know, my whole focus was getting into this skinny body, and I felt like I wouldn't be anybody unless I was a certain size, which is totally not the case. Guys, your identity isn't in your weight, but I've realized a lot of people go through life thinking that, you know? And it's really, really sad. Because like Young Miami clearly stated, like it's a problem regardless whether you're super skinny or super big. Somebody's going to complain about it because everybody has different types, different things they find attractive. But I'm telling you, it's always best to be healthy. And regardless of what people say, you can be unhealthy and be super slim. That's true, but that could be the case if you're skinny. But if you're fat, you're automatically unhealthy. You're automatically unhealthy, and you don't want that to be an unhealthy person. You don't want that to be your identity. No matter how many people liked you for being you, no matter how many people, because Lizzo, I'm telling you, those people that really liked you is when you were the bigger weight, they are people that want to keep you, miserable, that won't care about you when you release a statement saying, you now have diabetes or anything. God forbid. I would never wish that on anybody or hope for that to happen. But I'm telling you, these people that are shaming you for losing this weight and congratulating you for being so big are people that you wouldn't admire, aspire to be like, people that are doing anything purposeful. And like I tell you every time, these haters and congratulators that congratulate you on things that you shouldn't be congratulated for, their lives are so pathetic. You wouldn't entertain them for longer than a second if you met them in person, So don't let them get to your head online. The people rooting for you and appreciate your weight loss and want to see your confidence back, those are the type of people you should give your attention towards. Because again, I don't know if it's been social media or something deep down inside you where you need healing from. But it's showing on your face, Lizzo. It's showing in your actions. It's showing in your music. And we miss the old Lizzo. We don't miss the old weight Lizzo. We miss the old Lizzo up here. Be just as confident in a more healthy body. Continue on your journey. I would hate to see you go so far and then go back to who you were before. You're too good for that. And even though I'm not a big fan of your music, a lot of people are. And say F them to those people who are mad at you that you want to be healthier and lost a whole bunch of weight. It's ridiculous. There's an actor out there named Rebel Wilson, and I remember her from Pitch Perfect, super funny. She's a bigger girl. She played Amy, obviously. I think you all know who I'm talking about. And I remember, I think there was an interview. She lost a whole bunch of weight too. And she said she struggled in Hollywood booking roles because everybody wanted her at a bigger size, They weren't used to this new body. They didn't know how to hire this new body. And the thing is, with Hollywood and the industry, it's pretty much the same in acting and in the music industry. And the modeling industry, when you put yourself out there as one thing and one thing only, you get typecasted. You get remembered for only that. But typically, I haven't watched Rebel Wilson enough to pinpoint this, but typically, when you lose the weight and become this whole new person, right? You also gain a different identity. You start to act different. You start to, in this case, it was Lizzo kind of losing her confidence. I don't know. Maybe with Rebel, it was her losing her comedic chops a little bit, like something was a little off. I don't know. They pinpointed something where they were like, oh, but it's a little bit of that. But I also think, people in Hollywood, they want you to be who you are always. That's why child actors really struggle with transitioning from playing immature roles to more mature roles. It's because people remember you a certain way, and it's really hard to transition out of that. understandably so. But you gotta realize, like, life, change is part of life. And you gotta adapt to die. You gotta figure out how to still be entertaining, still get people to want to see you in a new body, in a new, healthier body. You got to figure it out. And with Lizzo, I really believe it's just your personality, your confidence. If you brought that back and weren't so insecure, didn't get so bent out of shape when people saying stuff and you clearly know what they meant, but it's like either you want attention or you're that insecure that, the word ill is seen negative in any aspect. It doesn't matter the context of the situation. It's just everybody can see it. Literally everybody in those comments saw it. I saw it immediately without even looking at the comments. So you gotta work on yourself in order to, I know building up your confidence doesn't happen overnight, but at least get to the point where you're able to mask it long enough to, entertain people, make money off your talent, and then get to the point where you're not only now masking it, you've actually worked through it, and now you actually believe yourself, and you actually, love your body as you should, Lizzo. You should. I can only imagine, like I said, I've never been fat, but I can only imagine what it's like to lose a whole bunch of weight and still feel like it's not enough, and, and be slimmer when you've maybe been big your whole life. You still see yourself as that big girl. It's hard. Trust me. I know. Even when when I got my slimmest, I won't tell you guys the weight I was, but I was so slim. I still, I didn't see myself as slim as I did until, I took a picture or somebody else would tell me, I was still that, not fat. I never will say I'm fat because I'm not. But I felt bigger than what I was because I had been bigger than that smaller weight for so long. That's what I was used to. So I completely get it. I completely get it. But my confidence stems from within. And I know, and that comes from, I have the ability to change something I don't like. And if I don't like something, it's 100% my fault. But I'm going to work and get to the point where I do like it, and I'm going to rock it, and I don't care what anybody else says because I love me. And you got to get to that point, Lizzo. You got to love yourself. Because no matter how many healthy meals you eat, how many workouts you do, how slim you get, how much weight you lose, if you're not mentally right up here, it won't matter at all. Because in your mind, you'll still be big. And eventually, your thoughts are so powerful. Your mind's going to catch up with your body, and then you're going to gain the weight back again. And I don't want that to happen. I want you to win. I want you to succeed. I really do. Because like I said, you're gorgeous. People tell you all the time, gorgeous face. What? And I'm always rooting for Black women. Gorgeous face. When she went on the red carpet and she wore that slender black dress, I was like, oh my gosh. Gorgeous. Stunning. You have the power to get your confidence, your self-esteem up. You just had to put it to work. Put yourself to work and figure it out. But guys, I'm going to briefly play this audio of the Club Shay Shay interview and then Lizzo's conversation with Young Miami. So here it is.
I feel like society push women to get cosmetic surgery, be it BBL, fillers, things of that nature.
Shay Shay
Why you feel that?
Because it's just like, when you got a natural body, you look like a little boy. You don't got no sex appeal. You this and you that. When you do get the BBL, it's like, oh my God, your body fake. It's like, if you natural, they hate you. If you got a BBL, they hate you. What do you want? Like, people, I'm going to just use this, like Lizzo, for instance.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, oh my God, she's so fat. She looks so good now.
Right.
Now it's like, oh my God, ew.
She done had surgery. She done got life.
Yeah, like, oh my God, she need to stop. Like, what? Like, pick a side.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want?
I feel like society
Absolutely
push
understandable.
Oh, she's so fat, right? I remember that. But
This
then
Lizzo
they were
on the
like,
call.
ew. What is the ew? I have to know.
Like, you know how, like, people, when you before, like, your weight loss, people used to be like, oh my God, she need to lose weight, she too fat, that shit not cute. That's what I was pertaining to, that part. Like, it was like, oh my God, she need to lose weight, that shit not cute. Like, that was the ew that I was pertaining to.
Oh, got you. Because you were like, and then she looks so good, and people are like, ew, because Shay was like, oh, because what, she did surgery, or she did, you know what I mean? She's on Ozempic or whatever. Was that, I thought that you were kind of referring to, actually, I thought you were saying I got too little.
No. So what I'm saying now is,
messy.
like, people always have something to say. You know, like, women is like, you need to lose weight. Then you lose weight, and it's like, oh my God, that don't look good on her. She, like, you just can never be.
Right.
People can never be.
Oh, she's so fat.
People can never
It's
be
them
happy.
if you do, them if you don't. It's kind of like what I was trying to say. Because it's like, for instance, sometimes I see some people saying, like, everybody say you look good, but then you have the little 5% that's just like, she looked better when she was fat.
Wow.
Like, that's what I'm saying. It's just,
Now
them
look-
if you do, them if you don't. But you're doing it for yourself, not these people. But I just was referencing to, like, you can't make nobody happy, and they always got something to say when it comes to women's body. Why? I don't know. Like, why y'all always picking on women's body? It's like, you don't get surgery, and it's like, oh, you got a little boy body. Oh my God, she gained weight. She too skinny. Or you like a little boy. Then you do get a BBL. We don't like BBLs. We like natural bodies. So why would you get surgery? Like,
Yep. It's never enough.
especially when it comes to women's body, I don't understand what be the big issue anyway. It's them
So,
if you do.
okay. So Young Miami literally said over what she said exactly in the interview. Because there really wasn't much further explanation. Again, I understood what she meant. I'm sure you guys watching knew what she meant. She was literally saying that, people were saying ill to Lizzo losing weight, but also saying ill so when she was big. There was no win. It's a lose-lose situation. You can't win no matter what. And the fact that Lizzo was like pinpointing, she was like, oh, when you said ew, I don't know. I thought maybe you were saying I lost too much weight. At first I thought that, but then I thought you were saying ew to me losing weight. Like, I don't know what you meant. And it's just like, girl, you're all over the place. You back and forth. It's like it really felt like she was like trying to get a compliment out of Young Miami and getting her to feel bad about what she said that she didn't really say. And it was weird. Only truly insecure people do that. I know that firsthand. I used to be very insecure. There's things I'm still insecure about today, but I'm way better than I was now. We're all insecure about something. I'm to the point where I don't let it dictate my life, and I don't move like this, where I'm asking people for clarity on something that was already clear before. But yeah, the little laugh she did, I don't know if y'all heard that right after she said, I thought initially you were saying I was too thin. She wasn't saying that. Like, stop the cap. Again, fishing for a compliment, like fishing for her to maybe mess up so she could use that against Miami. I don't know. This conversation felt like, she really, because she didn't sound like she was really that mad. It did sound like, she wanted clarity, but it was very messy how she went about it. And again, recording the conversation, I hate when people record conversations, even if I'm sure she got Young Miami's approval. I haven't seen anything with her, being outraged. Like, why did you share this conversation? But again, why? And this wasn't something that needed clarification again. So you recording this video on top of, your outlook on your questioning in this video. It really shows how insecure you are, Lizzo. It really does. Because, again, you gain nothing from this video. I don't know what it is with so many. It's like I did the video with Jess Hilarious. I did the video with Tiana Taylor. Everybody's sticking up videos and recording conversations and private information about people. I don't get what y'all are thinking it's doing for you and your brand. But I'm telling you right now, it's not doing anything good. Nothing good. Whatever problem you have within yourself, it shows when you go live, actually. Jess, it showed that you were messy. Tiana, it shows that you don't take accountability, that you probably are living off of Iman and trying to take stuff from Iman. The stuff y'all were trying so hard not to make us believe, y'all actually proved by recording yourselves and speaking about whatever situation you're speaking of. And Lizzo, you have this whole mantra again, like you're that bitch. You walk around beating your chest and not caring what people think. Clearly in this video, you care what people think. You care what Miami thinks, Young Miami. And that was a crazy turnaround for people watching that. Your fans, your diehard fans watching that. It was like, come on now. This wasn't even something you had to question about. And now you're doing it in the most, you're recording the woman speaking and making little comments and saying stuff you clearly knew she didn't say, but just to like bait her and to say something she didn't say. Again, very childish. And we got to grow up. All these women I cover, these Black women, are in the industry, been in the industry for a while, and are over 30. It's like y'all are too old for this, man. If y'all were 25, maybe I'd give you a little pass, but y'all are all grown women. You're grown at 25, but you're grown at 30. And I'm not having it. I'm calling it out because I don't want this to continue in the next generation. I don't want this to become a trend where everybody's recording everything. Everybody's sensitive about everything. Nobody has emotional intelligence. Nobody has intelligence, period. I want us to be the most smart group of people on this planet, the Black community, but Black women especially, because we're the same. And I know it's tough. I struggle with my emotions, having emotional intelligence, but you will never see me prop up my phone and tell a whole bunch of my business to a bunch of strangers who really don't give a F about me. You could say, well, I'm not in the spotlight like that. You might have a point there. But with my support system and my growth in my beliefs and the way I think now, I find it very hard to believe that when I do reach that level of fame, if I ever do, when I do, because I know it's coming, I would be content enough to not entertain bullcrap. I'd be content enough within myself to know when a lie's a lie, and if I need something clarified, I will do it in the privacy of my home or the privacy of their home, and either squash it or move on to the next chapter. But I want to say to anybody struggling out there with their weight, whether you feel like you're not skinny enough or you're too skinny, too slim, focus on being healthy. Focus on that. Feed your mind. I'm telling you, read. I'm a Christian. I believe in the Bible. Read the Bible. Figure out your purpose. And I promise you, everything else will just come naturally. You'll figure out what foods you like that, aren't damaging your body. You'll figure out what workouts work best for you. Because when you really love yourself and you love who made you, you'll take care of yourself. You will. I know I feel so great. My boyfriend and I are on this diet. We are eating proteins only and drinking morning shakes. And I'm doing my 2-hour workouts. He's doing his workouts at his gym and, on his Peloton bike at home. And we feel amazing. He just texted me this morning saying he lost some weight. It's because we love ourselves. We're putting in the work and, and the weight just falls off. And we're never going to be unhealthy to the point where we're not eating and the fact that we're miserable, starving ourselves. No. you find out a balance. So Lizzo, I just want to say to you, your identity wasn't in you being fat. You being big was not who you are. So don't act like a completely different person now that you've lost the weight. Be you. Just don't be, I don't, your music is all about being big and your message all about big. Speak about being healthy. Be that boss, B-I-C-T-H. B-I-T-C-H, Lord. I'm spelling that word like Mama D did. Lord Jesus, the fact that I even know who Mama D is. If you don't know who Mama D is, it's okay. Good for you. Probably doing better than me in life. Yeah, be the boss, babe, in a healthy body. There's nothing wrong with that. F the haters, like you say. Misery loves company, and the people that enjoy you being fat are probably, or want you to be obese and unhealthy, and miserable themselves. Don't be a part of that group. Be with the winners who loves themselves and love others and uplift others and look amazing doing it. Join the club. We love to have you. Okay? You're more than your weight. You are. And I know in the industry where it's very fixated on, you got to be above that, you know? You're not that extremely big girl. You're still big. And I feel like you're on the right path to getting to who you really are. There's this video of you on Instagram. I'm going to say this last thing where you're in a tight red outfit and you said it's giving BBL. It's like, no, it's giving, you actually have the curves in the right place. You actually have shape now. Before it was just weight hanging on your body. Now you lost the weight. Now you can see a shape. Now you have a butt. Now you have a waist. That's what curves look like. It's not a whole bunch of flat folding over on your stomach. I gotta be really mindful of how I say these things, guys. But yeah, no. You're a black woman. Yes, we got booty. We got thighs. We got breasts. Well, y'all do. I don't. But a lot of other black women do. You do, Lizzo. Yeah, girl. And imagine how much shape and how much people will claim you got a BBL when you lose even more weight. And the curves start to show. You lose it everywhere else in the stomach. Your booty looks real nice. Your waist look real nice. So yeah, don't let the haters get to you. Your identity is who you are at your healthiest. And you're on your way. And that's all I gotta say about that. All right, guys. Please like this video if you like this video. Please comment always. I love to hear you guys' opinions. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. And turn the notification bell on so you never miss an episode. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you.
Aquel día el instinto nos decía que esa noche juntico no quería, que las ganas bebé nos quemaría, pero no fue así. Vamos lento, ya, que si nos apuramos no disfrutamos del momento, ya, y lo vamos a arruinar. Dale lento, ya, dile a tus amigas que hoy no vas para afuera, que estás en la escuela y vamos a jugar. Ella sabe que quiero a mi mamá. una cita. Ella también quiere que seamos felices. Ella, la que se apresura a la vueltica. Ella es intimidez. Como la ves, no le importa dónde y cuándo. Que nada no he hecho, no soy el que la mando. Nunca lo seré, su carácter no es de niña, que la puede controlar cualquiera. Y me encanta, yo lo sé. Independiente, vamos lento y verás. Y me encanta, yo lo sé. Independiente, vamos lento y verás. Vamos lento, ya, que si nos apuramos no disfrutamos del momento, ya, y lo vamos a arruinar. Dale lento, ya, dile a tus amigas que hoy no vas para afuera, que estás en la escuela. Y vamos los 7 días de la semana, te doy de mañana. Y consejos sabes que no es, te doy el desquite, que me quites todas esas ganas que te tengo muerto. Todo el mundo sabe que tú y yo somos más que panas, pero nos vamos lento, que el que se apura no llega a nada, no llega a nada, nada. Y me encanta, yo lo sé. Independiente, bebé, vamos lento y verás. Y me encanta, yo lo sé. Independiente, vamos lento y verás. Vamos lento, ya, que si nos apuramos